Phoenix here, bringing you guys Champions League Matchday 6 spoilers, preview, and prediction. Yes, I am well aware of the critics. The spoiler has had a dip in form over the past week slash month. Over the past 1 week alone, the Phoenix is down 1k. But the difference between the Phoenix and the rest is he got given the nickname the Phoenix for exactly this specific situation. When the Phoenix is down, the Phoenix will rise from the ashes. And what better way to rise from the ashes than on the biggest club competition in world football with some massive games over the next couple of days. Trust. That's all I ask. Trust. Trust, and we shall prosper together. Let's begin immediately with Tuesday's matches, where we have an early kickoff. Bayern Munich versus Sporting. Now, people are going to ask, but Phoenix, have you changed anything in the algorithm? Why has it malfunctioned since the international break? What's going wrong? Some adjustments have been made. Minor ones, which I'm not going to go into detail because, of course, I want to see first and foremost if they're going to succeed. But the main thing to look at when we get to this stage of the Champions League, it's a necessity to start looking at the table, because the table will give you indications. Sporting are performing exceptionally well. They go away Bayern Munich. Now, Sporting are a team by nature now that they are attacking, right? They score goals, as do Bayern Munich. So the first gullible instinct, and I say gullible, I'll explain, is to think, oh, there's going to be so many goals in this game. There's not going to be. The truth is, Sporting, considering where they are in the table, they'll go to the Allianz with the main intention of damage limitation. These are the projected lineups, projected whether everything is always covered here. My humble opinion, according to the algorithm, is it'll be a lower scoring game than many think. Under 3.5 is valued at around 190. Sporting plus 2.5 is also around 160. Bayern will win this game, but it ain't going to be a bloodbath. It'll be a cagey game to begin with Sporting coming out with the intention to shut Bayern off. And even when Bayern score, why risk? Goal difference could matter. There's no point going away Bayern, risking, considering how ugly it can get. I've got Bayern Munich 2, Sporting 0, Sporting plus 2.5, and under 3.5 total goals in this game. Next up, Atalanta versus Chelsea. Again, where are both in the table? They're round about same points, 10 points each. Atalanta having sacked their manager. Actually, I should keep the table open. Having sacked their manager a few weeks ago under Palladino, they look a lot more open, a lot more like the Atalanta under Gasperini. As you can see, some goals involved, crazy swings, coming off a bad defeat away to Verona. Chelsea, well, we know with Chelsea at the moment how they're going to be looking. Going forward, there's a big problem of where are the goals coming from. Caicedo back in the starting 11. His obviously suspension is only valid for the Premier League. Back in the starting 11 for the Champions League, and we know the effect he can have on this team. Up front though, no Liam Delap. Who starts? Is it João Pedro? Is it Guyu? Whoever it is, he's not going to exactly fill you with confidence. The way I look at this game is very simple, the type of analysis to make. Because Chelsea have top 8 ambitions and top 8 aspirations, you look at their final fixtures, they still have away Napoli. This is a game Chelsea have to try and win if they want to finish top 8. Atalanta, on the other hand, I don't think they quite have top 8 ambitions. Their idea is going to be, well, a draw is fine. It's not a disaster. Let's make sure we finish as high up as we can in the top 24. So, do Chelsea have the ability to go to Atalanta away, take the game to them, and get the 3 points? No is the answer. As a result, very easy and obvious 1-1 draw between the two teams. Up next, Barcelona versus Frankfurt. Frankfurt in disastrous form. Barca, of course, have ambitions to finish in the top 8. They've got work to do, but they're hitting form, just like I told you they would at the right time. They have options up front to go now with whatever they want, whether it's Lewandowski up front, Ferran Torres up front, Yamal in the number 10, Rafinha in the number 10. It doesn't matter. Rashford slowly getting back into the team as well after the injury. And with Gerard Martin at the back, their defense looks a lot more solid. Pedri pulling all the strings. Frankfurt, on the other hand, coming off a decimation against Leipzig. They lost to Atalanta 3-0 a couple of weeks ago. It's all going bad for them. I couldn't believe the odds when I seen this. Barcelona minus 1.5 is at 160. That for me is a disgrace. Barcelona will win this game by more than a goal. I've got Barcelona 5, Frankfurt 1. Expect a bloodbath at the new Spotify Camp Nou and Barca's first match in the Champions League at this new stadium. So this will be a masterclass, a show. Take even the Barca minus 2.5 if you will, over 2.5, both teams to score. Take all of that. Feel free to pick whichever one you feel. I've got Barca 5, Frankfurt 1. Up next, the big one. The game I have waited year plus for. Yeah, 1 year plus. I've had to suffer abuse, hate by Liverpool fans, despite me just being a humble football expert who's just given them my opinion, which long term has always proven to be correct. That's all I try to do. And sure enough, the same thing has happened. I got told I have a Liverpool agenda because I told them Slot isn't good enough. I told them Salah's it's not gonna last. It's not gonna go beyond last season. And here we are, Liverpool in capitulation. Salah, of course, left out of the squad. That's the main talking point. Gakpo also injured. This is Liverpool's projected lineup. If Liverpool don't chuck Ekitike and Isaac together up front in this game, I don't know when Slot will. I beg that's the starting 11. I beg. Inter, of course, have had a problem a little bit in the big games. We've always been the better team, but we haven't sometimes been able to win and end up even losing the game. So, of course, to some degree, there's some cause for caution, especially with Liverpool. The games they've struggled in have mostly been the ones where they have to try break down the opposition and then they get counter-attacked to death. So I think it'll be the opposite. Inter pushing high line. Akanji's a doubt. I think he'll start. He didn't train yesterday. We need him to start. I think he will. But other than that, the thing with Inter is going forward at the moment. After that game against Como, any of our attackers can score at will. Listen, don't overthink it. Like, there is always that one seed of doubt of, oh, is this the game? Liverpool will turn it around. According to every piece of analysis, Inter will decimate Liverpool today. It'll be Inter 3, Liverpool 1. I made a combined 11 just to give you guys an idea how big the gap is at the moment. Alisson in goal, no problem. Akanji, Van Dijk, Bastoni, Di Marco. This can be converted to a back 5 if you want to put Szoboszlai right wing back. Di Marco left wing back, back 3, whichever way you want. Çalhanoğlu, Barella just getting his form back. Obviously, his ability is permanent. I put Szoboszlai in there. I never thought that would be the case, but there you go. The Hungarian marathon sprinter gets in the team. Verse, class is permanent. But then this is the key difference. The two up front, they're Inter. I like Ekitike, but Lautaro and Marcus Thuram at the moment are a level above even him. And of course, Isaac in horrific form. That's my combined 11. So just 4 Liverpool players get in, and you could make an argument there should be even 3, maybe even 2, but I gave them the best possible outcome. There is a clear difference between the two teams. Inter will win this game, will emerge victorious. Both teams to score should be guaranteed. Inter 3, Liverpool 1. Next up, we went to analyze Wednesday's games. We began with Athletic Club versus Paris Saint-Germain. And again, let's look at the table. Athletic Club all the way down on 4 points. PSG, of course, I didn't expect them to do this well, on 12 points. So the pressure's on Athletic. They're coming off a win against Atletico Madrid, but they did suffer a big defeat against Real Madrid the game prior. PSG are recovering most of their players, their midfield and their attack, I believe, is at almost full strength. They're saying some questions here, but I think they'll all be full if it were pending confirmation. But from what I've done, Hakimi should be the one missing. But other than that, it's full strength. And Hakimi missing, of course, will mean Nico Williams will go up against Zaire Emery, and that's the matchup Athletic will be hoping to capitalize on. But this will be a PSG win. Athletic have to take the game to PSG. They have to get points. They have to. And with that in mind, PSG, it'll play right into their hands. If you're going to try attack PSG, they'll pick you off. This will be Athletic Club 1, Paris Saint-Germain 2, PSG to win, lock it in. Next up, Benfica Napoli. The games that I'm not covering here will cover live on stream. Benfica Napoli is a big one. It is Jose Mourinho versus Antonio Conte again. And of course, Jose having got his first win in the Champions League this year. They're on 3 points. Napoli themselves on 7. They're not doing spectacular, so it's an important game for both teams. Benfica have Juventus remaining and Real Madrid. Juventus away, Real Madrid at home. This is the game Benfica will be looking at as the one they're going to have to try and win from the remaining 3. Napoli, of course, since they've changed the system to a back 3, they've won every single game. They look pretty incredible, but they have injuries. Lobotka still out injured. De Bruyne, of course, out. Anguissa out. Neres, former Benfica, he's their most dangerous player. Højlund, of course, has scored. For me, the way I'm looking at this game is both teams to score. Because at some point, Benfica have to take the game to Napoli. They have to, like I said, try and go for the win. And Napoli are dangerous on the counter-attack. That's the type of game they want to play. This one for me will be level. Benfica 1, Napoli 1, both teams to score. Up next, I've got Club Brugge versus Arsenal. Club Brugge having just sacked their manager. They find themselves 26th, obviously. They'll need points. They got that 1 point against Barcelona at this stadium a few weeks ago. But this is the type of match where Club Brugge will struggle. They don't want to face a team like Arsenal. They prefer facing a team like Barcelona with the way they play. Arsenal, they're not going to come out all guns blazing. They're not going to leave the gaps Barcelona were leaving. Club Brugge, like I said, haven't just sacked their manager, new manager in charge. So it's a little bit, tough to know exactly what to expect from them from a tactical point of view. But for me, I've got Club Brugge 0, Arsenal 2. You want to push the Arsenal minus 1.5, but be careful. Arsenal to win, for me, is guaranteed in this game. We've got Juventus, Pafos. Pafos, of course, doing incredible themselves. They're on the same amount of points as Juve. For Juventus, it's simply must-win game. They have to win this game, and I don't think they'll miss out. Obviously, Yildiz got rested against Napoli, taken off with 15 minutes to go to show you the importance of this game. Juventus, I don't think Spalletti will make the same mistake of not starting with a striker, whether it's Openda or Jonathan David. I'll assume it's Jonathan David. This lineup is all wrong. Yildiz will definitely start. And whether it's a back 3 or back 4, I think I'm surprised managers keep coming in and going back 3. For me, Juventus are a lot more suited to a 4-3-3. You put Koop Miners in midfield. That's what I think makes the most sense. But we'll see. Maybe this is the type of game to do it. Pafos themselves have been dangerous, to be fair to them, going forward. Like, they do get results. They do score goals. But on this game, it'll be a step too far for them. I've got Juventus 2, Pafos 0. Juventus minus 1.5. I like the odds on. I think this is the game Juventus will win by more than a goal. Next up, and last but not least, is the other big game of the week. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. It's become the European Classico, if you will, in recent years. They always seem to come up against each other. It is Mbappe Haaland. And what a fascinating time to come up against each other. These are the projected lineups, of course. The first thing we have to discuss, is Real Madrid's current form. Defensively, they've got a lot of players missing. Camavinga out, Huijsen apparently out, Trent out, Militao out, Mendy out, Carvajal out. It's a bit of a disaster at the back. Then in midfield onwards, it's going to obviously be what we probably seen against Celta. It'll be identical. Tchouameni, Valverde, Vini, Bellingham, Goller, Mbappe. They all are expected to play. Mastantuono is working very hard to come back into the team. They've missed him dearly because they don't have a natural right winger. Goller isn't, as we know, a right winger. City, on the other hand, they approach this game having just had a really good performance against Sunderland over the weekend. Will there be rotation from City? I don't expect so. I think Pep will treat this with full respect. Obviously, this is how the table looks like. Both teams currently, well, Madrid in the top 8, City basically almost in there. I expect fireworks. A draw, it's not going to do much for either team if they want to get top 8. I think both teams will have to try and win this. And I think they'll go at each other. I'm expecting goals. Again, both teams to score is a given. For me, Real Madrid's defense is a huge issue. I much prefer City's balance. Haaland, there's no way all this talk about Rudiger continuously poking Haaland. That's not going to be the case on Wednesday. I promise you that. Haaland is getting 2 minimum. Sherky probably won't start, even though I'd love to see him start, considering the show he put against Sunderland. Simply put, City, the more balanced team. City, the more organized team defensively. Ruben Diaz, Gvardiol, they have chemistry together. I'm not even sure who the hell is playing centre-back next to Rudiger. It could be Carreras that ends up having to fill in. This is my combined 11. It is relatively balanced, don't get me wrong. Went Courtois just ahead of Donnarumma. Nunes, like I said, the 2 City defenders. Carreras left back. I went Tchouameni, Nico Gonzalez. I went Bellingham and Foden to 2 Englishmen behind, of course, the 2 main men in Mbappe, Haaland. Expect goals galore, but simply put, there is no chance Madrid can contain City's attack as much as City's defense can contain Real Madrid's attack. Yes, it was one-sided last season at the Bernabeu. The beautiful thing about football is things change very quickly. Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 4. 6 goals in total. Haaland 2 minimum. City to win. Lump everything. We got everything covered. That's it from the Phoenix. Redemption, like I said, is what I have in mind. Failure will not be accepted in the next couple of days. On the grandest stage of them all, let's see who will crumble under pressure and who will rise to the occasion. I'll catch you guys in the streams. Early Bayern Sporting. Peace.